How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Shift to Unleash, and well, just gonna continue with the usual stuff. At this rate, I'm pretty sure that I will just go for 100%. Like, I don't think there's any reason I wouldn't. So, I mean, after all, I'm like it's 70 something. So if I got this far, it will be a little bit weird if I stop before getting to 100. I'm 73%. Seems like a decent percentage. So I guess I could start with shitty one, since there are still quite some events until you reach the final one. So this one is Day and Night Tour. It's 3 stages, yeah, sure. Though I wonder if the AI is gonna be strong like it was yesterday in Nürburgring GP. Though technically this is another track, so
we can win this. Come on, I'll call green.
Maybe not. But hey, if it happens, I'll do what I did yesterday, which is switching to the Pro setup instead of Elite. Let's see what happens though. Also, this is not the full version of Hockenheim, which is a little bit weird considering that... Oh, I get it. It's not the full version because you're gonna do like 2 variants and then the full version at the end, all separated by... Oh, fuck, what are you doing? All separated by different times of the day. It happened the same with other tracks before, and I'm pretty sure it happened in GT3 as well, so makes sense. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, pretty nice. Alright, interesting driving here. But what are these guys doing? It's not where you're supposed to go. Though the guy in first place is certainly doing pretty well. It seems like the AI here is doing very well. Might need to change the configuration, yes. Not sure if I'm able to win this like this, but there are 5 laps. Still some time to overtake. It also seems like the car is absolutely irrelevant when it comes to which one is faster or whatever, you know? Ah, shit, no. I do feel like this car probably oversteers more than any other that I use so far. Even cars that I think are faster, like the Porsche Spider, I feel like they don't struggle as much as this one does. Like, it just tends to oversteer a lot in corner exits. Yeah, we will see. At least it seems I'm getting closer to the first place. I'm not sure if it's a Corvette or what car it is. The lights make it look like a Corvette from afar. Yeah, it is. It is a Corvette. Oh shit. Okay. Well, it seems that this is a very accident-prone race, huh? Well, now the issue is, well, first of all, remember that the guy is there, and second is keeping the lead, because, you know, I overtook only because they needed to brake, and I took advantage, but these guys seem faster than me, so not sure if I can keep the lead very casually here. Probably not. But hey, might as well try. The good thing is that with that guy being there, these guys are most likely gonna lose the speed every time. Because it's not like unless that guy is gone. No, he's still there. He's dead. That guy is by all means dead. Well, the guy, I don't think the guy is dead, but his car certainly is. And that's a very dangerous place to be dead, because that's like the middle of the optimal racing line. But that's wonderful for me, because as you can see, the AI loses time trying to deal with it. Pretty cool. That's very lucky. Not sure if I would have won without that, because I was getting close to the Corvette, but one thing is getting close and another thing is managing to overtake. Not sure if it would have happened, but it's fine. What matters is what's happening now, and what happens is that I'll win. I'm not sure if this is gonna be one of those series where by winning you remain, well, you basically start on first place on the next race. I don't know. Could be. That's something that seems very inconsistent. Like, there are a lot of series where you start in first place after getting first place in a previous race, and then there are others that you should start in a completely random position. So I don't know what the logic is, but
Absolutely epic
nice.
drive, man. That's how you get the job done.
Yeah, well, how you get the job done is basically by avoiding someone that crash, I guess, and it worked. Okay, so this is already the full version of Hockenheim, so there's only 2 variants.
Get ready for the green. Keep focused and fight hard.
Like, it's pretty clear that the next one is gonna be at night time, but is it gonna be on the same variant, I wonder. Well, the good thing is that I do start in first place here. Will be hard to keep the position, but at least I don't have to worry about overtaking at the beginning. But I will have to worry about going fast. And as I say, the pace of these guys seem very good, so I'm not sure if I can keep them behind. On the right side, the AI is not very aggressive at all, so unless I'm going extremely slow, they are not gonna attempt an overtake. Not to mention that in this variant of Hockenheim, I think that they use the brakes a lot on that previous corner, but maybe not. I mean, they aren't that far, so maybe no, they don't. Well, it's fine. There is no need to panic. Just drive, focus on doing decent laps, and then we will see if it's enough or not. But don't worry about how close or far they are. Just worry about driving. That's what it's all about. Well, they are close. I think that it could be worse, but we will see. Yeah, I think it's fine. The previous race, I do gotta admit that I was already about to like quit it and change the setup to Pro instead of Elite. But no, it was a matter of holding on a little bit, and some random guy crashing just gave me the lead. And it's interesting to also note that the race started with an accident that I fully ate. Like, I basically fully frontal crashed against someone that also crashed in front of me. And that didn't really damage my car almost at all. Though there's one thing to keep in mind. These cars are probably one of the most sturdy in any racing car. Okay. Had to completely release the throttle there. But, I was about to say that these cars are extremely sturdy, probably one of the most resistant categories. Well, realistically, the most resistant racing category will probably be a slower one. Like basically like a touring category like this one, but with less speed, right? That will probably be more resistant. Well, I guess resistant is not the word, at least the least prone to the car braking because of collisions, right? But yeah, these things are built to have constant contact. Well, not obviously a crash like the one that happened on the previous race, but the point is that if there's any car that could survive shit like that, it's this one's. Though this Aston Martin, I'm not sure where it has the engine, most likely on the front, if I had to guess, but... yeah, I mean, it has to be on the front. I don't think there is enough space on the back. And you can obviously see that the rear seats are completely removed, and instead you have like those bars. Yeah, this is most likely front engine, but well, in real life, if this car is indeed front engine, the first accident in the previous race will have already completely disqualified this car. Like, there is no way that this car will survive after a crash like that. Because I mean, once the engine gets broken, even if it's not fully broken, but like one little part is out and you are out. You cannot race with a half engine, you know? Doesn't work that way. Also, I'm doing this final lap very badly. It's no wonder that the other guys are getting closer. But I don't think, I mean, unless I have like an accident, they are not gonna overtake. Okay, now the question is the next race gonna be the same track but in nighttime? Because usually these circuits in racing games are never allowed to like officially have events where they go in reverse. Like, I think that you might be allowed to have the option in free play or whatever, but officially, and especially here that they have a license, I don't think they can do races in reverse unless it also happens in real life, which most of the times doesn't.
Wow, you really showed them out there. That's
So,
P1, we're the winners.
unless there is a hidden variant of Hockenheim that I'm not aware of, this is probably gonna be the same track but at nighttime. Oh, actually there is. Well, that's a very long ass.
Okay, we're on a legendary track today. You got a lot to live up to. The hairpin at turn 4 is your best spot for passing. Take every chance.
Yeah, that hairpin seems a lot bigger than it usually is. I wonder if, I mean, because if you look at both layouts from afar, they look very similar. It's just that this one, the straight goes longer into the hairpin than the other one, but maybe the one that I'm used to see is this one, and it's just that it's hard to tell them apart if you're not paying attention. Because the thing about Hockenheim is that essentially it's shaped like an oil icon, right? I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, I kinda doubt it, but it's essentially an oil icon, which is pretty funny, but also very iconic as well. So this one is still shaped like an oil icon, but slightly longer. So yeah, that makes the corner a lot harder, because you basically come from a lot of speed. Uh-oh. Yeah, I am driving pretty slow. This was bound to happen. Well, that was a good overtake. But so is this one. Well, not really. His overtake was more impressive because it was from the outside. Mine was on the inside. It's usually what you would expect. So I guess maybe you can consider that his overtake wasn't an actual overtake since we kinda were in parallel almost the whole time. Well, another big difference of this race is that it's only 3 laps, not 2. There's that as well. On top of the track being hard, the issue here is obviously being nighttime, so you don't have enough vision to fully spot the corners. At least you can spot the braking references, and oh, that's that's skipping the corner, mister. That's not legal. That's fine. You can do it 2 times. There are a lot of people that when it comes to penalizing track cuts, they hate the idea of doing it like this. Well, which is basically the 3rd strike rule, right? Like you do it a 3rd time and you're out. Because by doing that, it's kind of the same as saying you're allowed to cut the track twice. Now you have 2 free track cuts, use them where you want, instead of being an actual penalty meant to be there to stop you from doing it, right? But yeah, I mean, in this case, it's obviously a game that, I mean, if you play it on single player, that really doesn't matter, it's whatever. Will be a problem if that's how it work online, though. I don't know how this game work online, but if track cuts were handled like that, then yeah, that's not good, because yeah, you're essentially telling the player, yeah, you can cut the track twice. Use it wherever you feel it's more convenient. Thankfully, the braking references on the side of the track are super visible even though it's nighttime, so that's great. That's absolutely great. Well, this went better than I expected. Like after how that first race started, I didn't have too much hope, but no, it actually went pretty well. Mostly because of luck, but I was also able to maintain the lead, so...
We won! Good job, man!
Nice, that was cool. I like this was one of those challenges that it was kind of like a chill challenge. Like it was still a challenge, but not really asking for that much, right? So what we could do is, yeah, I guess drift. I mean, this is, I don't know why they really dedicated this many events to drift, but oh, this is gonna be Ebisu. Not a fan of this, but it's fine. Well, I'll keep with the BMW here. But yeah, this track is complete. Well, the guy here described it as the mecca of drift, but that's more because of the complexity rather than, you know, being fun to drift on it. Because yeah, most of the corners are gonna be like this, like slow ass corners with some, you know, up hills or down hills. No, that's off track, dude. I will probably have to be a restart, maybe not, but this is a very short variant of this track, so you don't really have too much time to get that time. I mean, you only have 2 laps as well. Like, it's a short track, and on top of that, only 2 laps. It really doesn't give you that much, that many options. Okay, that one well. Seems that going off track there is very easy. Or in the whole track it's very easy to go off track. It seems to be the case. I mean, I'm not surprised with how extremely narrow the corners are, you know? It's what you would expect. I think I lost a lot of potential score there. I mean, it's the corner that's so far... Oh no, never mind, this... No, it was the previous one, right? Whatever. Just focus on getting the score, no matter what. Whew, barely. Nice. I don't think it was more than 2 points, right? How much was it? Yeah, 2 points actually. Nice. Right at the end. Okay. So here you're gonna get like longer variants until you reach probably the full length variant, though I would appreciate it not being nighttime, though I guess this one is already nighttime. No, this one is dusk still. There is a little bit of light in the sky. I really hope the last one is not full nighttime. If it's already hard enough to drift as it is. But I guess when you're not trying to go fast, I don't think it's... Oh, that was pretty bad. I don't think it's that big of a deal to not see. You're going slow, it's mostly fine. Okay, come on. Not sure why, but it feels very hard to drift in that corner. It's supposed to be, at least by the shape of the corner, an easy corner to do a drift, but I couldn't really do it. I went too long. It is gonna be painful, that's for sure. This will be pain. Indeed. It's fine. I mean, I already knew that. The issue is that this track is most likely gonna be there for the final drift event, and it's not gonna have points as low as this one, so I am concerned. I am indeed very concerned, because it could be probably the hardest challenge in the game, especially with how drift works, which is, as always, something that doesn't really make much sense. The point system. There will be an issue. So I gotta say that the lack of visibility is a problem. I guess it won't be that big of an issue when you eventually learn by memory what the corners are, but as it is right now, I really don't have any way to properly react to them. Because, I mean, obviously, to get the most points out of a drift, you have to know exactly where to start it and exactly where to go. Okay, so yeah, there's something weird about that corner in terms of the scoring as well. Like, I stopped getting score there probably because the game detected that I was, like, I don't know, donuting or something like that. I don't know. Very awkward. On the right side, this will be a victory. In fact, even if I didn't restart all those times, I would have gotten it. And thankfully here the point objective is very low. Okay. But here you only drift if you want the secondary objective, but I don't really need it, and I won't get it either, but it's fine. Okay, and then the last one is well, I'm not sure if it's the full course, but probably. Wait, and why is the score so little? 210? That's for the additional score, so this one is less than 200 for first place? That's unexpected. Yeah, 162, and it's 2 laps. Does this variant suck so much? I guess it does. Well, the event called it the Toge variant, Toge being mountain pass. I guess, yeah, because of all of this inclination thingy. Lots of uphills and downhills. Yeah, I mean, this is another one of those tracks that is terrible for event races, so for drifting, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure they are made for drifting, it's a little bit of a disaster, yeah. Not much you can do here. But the problem is that even with how low the score in first place is, that is not enough to win. So yeah, you will have to do better than that. I don't know how though. Like, this is a little bit awkward to do, or to even think of what to do. That was intentional. Wait, am I stuck? I am stuck. Not sure with what I'm stuck, but apparently... Did I lose a tire? No, I didn't. Well, at this rate, I'm probably gonna pop a tire. No, I am indeed stuck here. Or did I lose a tire? Or maybe the tire actually did pop and I'm not even able to see it. That's weird. Also, no, drifting backwards doesn't give you points, unfortunately. It's not gonna be of any use. I think I might have a tire pop. Hard to tell though. But I feel like it's behaving a little bit awkward. My car, of course. That's not enough though. But then this this track is like, if I thought that the other one from yesterday was cancerous, this one is like, I don't know, the worst illness you can imagine. I mean, the issue is that aside from how messed up the shape of the corners is that they are extremely narrow as well, so most of the times you're just gonna be hitting the walls. I could try with the with the Renault Megane, assuming I can use it, and apparently, well, I cannot, though. It doesn't really say why I cannot use it, but yeah, it's nowhere here. Because I wanted to use a slower car, but if that's not an option, that is my, like, the BMW is my slower car. Well, that's a problem. But... oh, what about the... now, this is probably a horrible idea, but... what about the muscle car? I mean, well, the issue with this thing is that regardless of the speed, it's terrible for steering, but... technically here I need to drift. I can notice more or less a difference. Not sure if it's gonna be better this way or not, but might as well try. Yeah, the weird thing here is that all of these drifts are ultra slow. I'm not sure who can, like, in real life, I mean, who can have fun drifting this slow. Like, at that point, it wouldn't feel much different than climbing an actual mountain. And at that point, why will you bring a car? Like, just do it on your own. So I think some people that have some interesting hobbies. Like, there is a category, I don't know the name, but essentially it's about getting like a car into a swamp, like an area with a lot of mud, right? And the idea is basically trying to get through the mud, not in a fast way like it will be rally, but simply like in a very slow ass area, trying to get out of the mud somehow, using like different tools, not just whatever car you're using. And like, how could you have fun doing that? And this reminds me of that. How could you have fun drifting this slowly? Because I understand drift can be fun, but in a track like this, I don't think it is. But then again, I never did it in real life, never will either, so yeah. Anyways, time attack. So, well, we use the Nissan for this one. It's a 3-stage series. Well, and last time the Nissan gave me very good results, so... Also, how is it going, Wasabi? If you can get it out, then congratulations, you just wasted thousands of dollars on a car you can't use anymore. Well, if you mean on that swamp thingy, usually they tend to use specialized cars like, you know, I wouldn't say monster trucks, but they use things that are kinda similar in a way. So usually it's not like you're gonna bring like your poor Volkswagen Golf into one of those. Like you're bringing a vehicle that was made exclusively for shit like that. So you will still, I mean, if you do it wrong, you probably will damage the vehicle beyond repair, sure, but the point is that like you're not gonna be using your commute car for something like that, you know. So in that regard, it's okay, but the point is that I still don't know how it's fun. or well, it doesn't, like maybe it's about the challenge, you know. Like, I understand that it's like climbing the Everest. I wouldn't say that that's a fun thing to do. You do it because of the challenge of doing so. But the point is that, I don't know, when I think of cars, I think of speed. You know, that the name of this franchise is very appropriate. I mean, that's what cars are about. They are about the need for speed, you know? Whether it is for convenience, like, you know, traveling to a certain place fast enough so you can reach that place faster than you would by walking or by another, you know, means of transportation. But the point is that it's always about speed. That's what you're looking for in a car. So to me, disciplines like the one of just getting into a swamp and trying to get out of there, it's like, what are you doing, dude? But hey, I'm not judging. Like, I'm not kink shaming, all right? If that gets you hard, then hey, good for you. But hey, I just feel like it's weird using a car for something like that on purpose, because obviously, yes, it could happen that in a real situation you get stuck in a swamp with a car, and yeah, well, you gotta get out of there. But purposely doing that for entertainment, yeah, I don't know about that. Really seems a little bit weird. But hey, it's fine. I mean, it's not like they are using my car, well, my non-existent car, because I don't have one. But if I had one, it's not like they are using that, so it's okay. On the other hand, something like rally I can understand a lot more, because rally is kind of similar in concept. You're essentially driving through a course that necessarily has adverse conditions. Like, whether those adverse conditions are a very narrow, like, path, well, road, right? Or like the fact that you have to, you know, get through dirt and snow and all of that shit. Like, it's something that at least you do it fast, you know? Like, you do it as fast as you can. You try to basically break the limits of how fast you can do it. And even if a lot of places require you to go extremely slow, for the most part there are a lot of places that are very adrenaline pumping because you're going fast in a place that you could die at any moment. And that's a thing of its own, of course. I still wouldn't do it because the danger is too high. But yeah. Oh, also here, hold up. I'm gonna put in practice something about this type of event. If you brake before the finish line, like this, you let the time left run out and then you cross the finish line, you immediately end the event. Like that.
We won, yeah!
So you don't have to do that extra lap for no reason. Obviously that's something that you can pull off when you already know you're gonna win and no one is gonna beat you. But yeah, you can easily do that to make it shorter. You see, keep in mind that here the only thing that matters is the time. It's not about the position on the track. It's about whoever does the fastest lap. And I had the fastest lap, probably by a lot. Like, I don't know what was the second best time, but it probably was like 1 second apart. So yeah. And that's obvious even seeing the fact that I was in first place by a long shot, you know, even if I didn't start first place. This Nissan is basically the perfect machine for these events. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough to beat the boss of the time attack series, because those guys always have a car with very specific specs. So if this thing is slower, then you need something faster, of course. But at least for here, where the opponents are dynamic depending on what you pick, this Nissan works flawlessly. Like, it's such a good pick. I mean, it makes sense since it's completely fully upgraded. Well, technically, unless you count the works upgrade, in which case, yeah, it's not fully upgraded. Fully upgraded until that point, at least. And yeah, for time attack, it does super well. In fact, I would probably think that upgrading it to works will make it harder to win this, because then other cars that are also works considered, like they are considered works, are gonna compete here, and they most likely will be faster, since basically works, even though it's not like standardized like GT3 or GT1, essentially every car in works has like the same variant, in the sense that this car, the Skyline R32, I'm pretty sure that will be the same in works as any other R32, right? So at that point it basically becomes a point of which car is naturally the fastest one. And I'm pretty sure that the R32, compared to all of the other cars that can do works, is certainly not the fastest one. I mean, after all, the R34, the R35 and the Nissan Seed are all cars that are eligible for works. And at least in principle, those cars are definitely superior than the R32. In terms of performance, obviously. Aesthetically, the only one that beats it is the R34. But in performance-wise, I'm pretty sure they are all superior to the R32. So at that point, you probably will get beaten. Though here I'm surprised by how much I'm dominating these guys, because I'm not even using the nitro. Like, I don't need to. And these guys are completely getting destroyed effortlessly. Alright, I mean, that's cool, at least. On the right side, after the time attack series is done, sorry, I will probably install the works version on this car, simply to see how it fares on the actual works event, right? Because so far I've been using the Radical, and the Radical is way more than enough to use in works, but I guess that's precisely why I want to test this one. I want to see how well it does compared to the Radical. And I also will be interested of trying it in the standing mile events. The standing mile events so far, I think, are probably gonna be the last ones I'm gonna do, because they seem like they will require a very specific pick to win, you know? At least for this one, I won't need to stand still, since the lap time is pretty much the amount of time remaining, so no problem. Also, I keep setting a faster lap, and these guys are not even close to that time. It's like the ultimate humiliation, you know? Oh well, should have brought in a faster car. Yeah, in fact here, I remember that compared to the previous time attacks event that I did, one car that is not here is the Porsche. That Porsche seemed to be like the fastest opponent. for this car. Here instead we have the Dodge Viper as the fastest one, and he certainly doesn't seem that fast. Here I'm going slower simply because I want to see if I can get the best line bonus. I think I should be able to. Not only that, but I'm also mastering some corners on the way. Alright. So for some reason... Okay, I did get it, but... before the finish line... Before the finish line, the best line seems a little bit awkward. But I got it. So on the next one we got Dakota Raceway. Well, this is the oval. Are we really doing a time attack on an oval? Because here it is the fastest car, the one that wins. Like, driving will have no effect whatsoever. If your car is not the fastest one in the track, you're not winning. Well, that's fucked up, because this car probably is not gonna be the fastest one in terms of sheer speed. I can use the nitro, of course, as I am... Yeah, it didn't end very well. At the same time here, these opponents seem a little bit fucked up. I most likely will have to change the car. I'm not sure to which one though, because whichever one you pick, you will get opponents that are faster. So it's a little bit awkward. Even using the nitro here doesn't seem like I can do much, and those guys are certainly pretty far behind. No, I feel like it is a little bit of a dick move to use the oval as a time attack track. Well, I got... Oh, never mind. Someone got a better time right at the end. Well, I used all of my nitro there. So if that one wasn't enough, I don't think anything will be enough. Well, technically here I'm doing faster, but... I mean, if I am doing faster with what I'm doing right now, so will the other guys. Without a doubt. Not to mention that here I just completely lost the speed. Yeah, that ain't happening. Alright, so I either need other opponents or a different car, because I'm not winning with this. Which one could I use? Well, the Porsche Spider is a clear option, but here I feel that unless you're grabbing like a top speed car, you're not winning. This Porsche Spider has amazing acceleration, but I'm not sure if it can keep up in top speed.
Green, that's a green light. Push, push, push.
Probably not. Yeah, push, 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 but I mean, there's not gonna be any pushing here if my top speed cannot reach their top speed. Well, or rather, the only push, push, push that I'm gonna get is my shit pushed in. Damn, and that was a whole second of difference, dude. That's very sad. Well, I could try reshuffling the opponents with the Nissan, but I don't think this is gonna work out. Like here, I'm pretty sure that I probably need to find the same car that I need for standing mile. Basically, one that is reliable enough for top speed. Well, and here it's basically a second and a half. Damn. That's messed up, but okay, that's fine. Let me try, as I say, the Nissan one more time, and if it doesn't work, I guess we will have to leave this one for later, you know?
Come on, you can do it. Green light coming. Push hard from the start.
Okay. Let's hope that this reshuffle works. It probably won't, but...
Green, green, green!
One thing I'm gonna do is not use the nitro at least until the second lap. Because here you already start slow. So it's not an optimal way to start. I can definitely start before the finish line, simply to start with like a speed bump. So starting from here. And let's see how it goes. You probably want the nitro push constantly all the time here. Well, maybe not in the corners, but not to mention that you cannot really have the nitro available for the entirety of the track. Even if it's a short track, it doesn't really work that way. So 35, no, I think that's not enough. It isn't. No, for this one I'll need like something different, but I guess I could just try the actual championship against the...
about to enter the running in the awesome Team Need for Speed Scion TC. Get the winning lap time and you get his car.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see the fastest car.
Burrito's all-wheel drive Scion is crazy. You gotta add that to your garage, man. Go get him.
Because if this guy is faster than this car, then there is no reason to not get the works version right away, you know? And he probably is. I'm not sure which one of them he is. Probably the one with the rear wing. I mean, it's the one that looks the most special out of all of them, so... if I had to take, I guess it's probably that one. Oh, it's this truck. I think he's being held down by the Ford GT. And that's the only... But yeah, it's pretty clear it's that guy. I think that's the only reason why he was not able to actually go super fast. But it's pretty clear that he's faster than everyone else here. Well, in that case... if he keeps being slowed down by someone else, it shouldn't be a problem. The issue is that ironically taking him out there was not a smart idea. I guess now he's probably gonna be more alone. Oh, no, he's already there. Okay, never mind. So this lap is not gonna count for me because of the cut. Oh, you can already see him there. Look at that. That's some speed. And that's certainly not gonna help. Yeah, I feel like at this point I have no reason not to turn this car into its works version. So yeah, I mean, simply to see, you know. So we go to the garage. Nissan should be here. Wait, where is the Nissan? Shouldn't it be there? Well, actually, it should be in... since I have it equipped, it's not gonna be there, so it's just straight into upgrades. So, works. No, why does it say that I'm 87%? I didn't miss any upgrade, did I? Because this drag thing... I don't think this thing matters, and if anything, it probably only matters for drag racing. Alright, let's try this one first and foremost. This is the full works thingy. So let's see now if you can deal with... Wait, no, modern B? No, I don't want to go to modern B. I'm gonna go to time attack. Alright, let's see how you do here then. Because now you are faster.
Raiders all-wheel drive Scion is crazy. You gotta add that to your garage, man. Go get him.
Not sure if I like how it looks on the back though. That looks pretty awkward. Oh, there is, by the way, no nitro. Not sure how to feel about that. I feel like nitro was an integral part of how this thing worked, but come on, damn it. I don't want to get the truck cut.
All-wheel drive Scion is crazy. You gotta add that to your garage, man. Go get him.
Also, you know that I cannot add that to my garage because it, you know,
Green, that's a green light. Push, push, push.
for some reason my career unlocks, in terms of the car unlocks, don't work. Like, they just don't work, so I'm not adding shit to my garage, you know. So yeah, unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, that's a pretty ugly ass car, dude. Like, adding all that shit to the body of the car doesn't really make it look better. If anything, it makes it look more like a clown car. I will even say that this rear wing that I'm using right now looks pretty shitty as well. Like, it's just very big. Doesn't seem like it fits the car at all. But I don't know if this car is really faster than him. Like, here it's easy to think, yeah, it is faster, simply because he's being bogged down by everyone else, but when he's actually overtaken everyone, that is most likely gonna happen on this straight. Yeah, well, it will happen, but the point is, when that happens, will he completely beat my ass? My guess is that he will, and especially if I give him this gap, because the longer the gap, the more time he has to set a better time. Yeah, we will see. I mean, if there's one thing that the AI doesn't do in this track, is this corner properly. Like, they brake a lot for that second half of the chicane when there is absolutely no reason to do so. So yeah, I wouldn't count on them being able to beat me. Though he's still being bogged down, that's the thing. Until he overtakes that guy that is in second place. Whew, okay, that wasn't a truck cut, thankfully. But until he overtakes, we won't be able to know, unless he's actually slower than that guy, but it doesn't look like it. It seems like he's being blocked, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Well, he's being blocked, if anything, by a Lambo, so I guess it's nothing to be ashamed of. He's being blocked by one of the best, after all. Oh, okay, well, here he is. Yeah, it's very possible that this lap he actually beats my time. It's very possible. Like, the only thing that I could do to avoid it is to try blocking him myself, but will it work? Well, the only way to make that work is by intentionally slowing down. I guess I will, because here I don't really have any reason to do a much faster lap. Like, that lap that I did is very solid, so bogging him down is probably the best thing I can do here. And he's... holy fuck. He still set a lap that is 3 seconds faster than mine? Okay. I see how it is. Damn. That's nasty. Well, one thing I wanna check is here with the skyline in works, if it can beat the oval. It probably cannot, but I wanna see it. And well, if it cannot, then we will have to leave time attack for last, because it will require some strategizing. It will require some strategizing that I don't have right now. That guy is very seriously fast. On the right side here you don't really have any limitation. You could bring any car you want, but that car seems like even bringing GT1 is not gonna be enough. Like, you will need something a lot faster. Also, unfortunately here the first place is very clearly faster than everyone else. What car is soon a Ford GT? Well, it's probably customized up the ass, so yeah, there is nothing we can do here. Alright, well, we're gonna leave time attack for very last then. So, muscle, iron gauntlet, what do you need here? Yeah, this one. Yeah, sure, let's do it. No, they really like overusing this track a lot. I know that this track probably is historically related to muscle cars for some specific reason that I don't know, but like, come on, dude. I feel like at this point you use it a lot. Like, at this point I think that you should tone it down a little bit. You know how many times I've seen this corner already? Many times. This car sounds funny, I gotta say. Though I didn't check if this... Ah, fuck. I mean, why did the car react so badly to that? I barely push him. No, I want to check how much is this? 4 tracks? No, it's only 2 and they are individual ones. Well, in that case, yeah, let's do this. Hey, come on, dude. I would just prefer if you will stop using this track. Unfortunately, you know, I feel like it's a little bit redundant having a category for muscle and having a category for legends, because they are pretty much the same shit. Like, the legends are, most of them, supposed to be muscle cars, even though maybe not exactly all of them. But it's essentially the same category, and they both have the same thing in common, which is very slow-ass cars. And that's an issue, you know? I will say that that is an issue, personally. So yeah, not a fan of that. Like, for example, this car is not an old car, so it doesn't really handle like the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, but it is still very slow. So basically, having a lot of events about exclusively using these slow-ass cars is a little bit annoying, if you ask me. It's whatever. At least there shouldn't be any problem to win it. I guess after these 2 muscle races I'm gonna do a drag, well, a couple of drag races. Because the drag races so far, as long as I use the Porsche Spider, it works. So those I don't think, at least until I reach the actual boss of the discipline, I think that I should be able to do them all without trouble, probably. So I think that this is the default color for this car. I think I didn't even bother changing it, but I like the way it looks. Looks pretty nice. At the same time here, I'm pretty sure that the cars that you are allowed to use, a lot of them are actually fast. In fact, I could be using this same car fully customized and it would work. Like, it will be very fast. But in cases like this where I pretty much have a guaranteed victory with this specific car, I think that upgrading is basically risking that winning is gonna be a lot harder because the opponents are gonna be harder. Yeah, at the same time, it's not like the car forces you in this particular case to use the slow cars. In the Legends one though, it does. Because the cars there all have to be the slow, all last ones. I'm not even sure if you can upgrade them that much. Maybe you can. The point is that here this car can be fully upgraded. Well, that was clean.
Feels good to be a winner, doesn't it?
So the next race is, I don't know where, but it should be fine regardless. And the good thing here is that after this comes like the events against the boss, right? I think. So that should mean that at least the muscle category is gonna be over, which I think it's a pretty good thing, you know, if you ask me.
Go, come on, that's the green light!
Also, it seems that the only two cars that you see here are the... Ah, fuck you. Maybe you have to do that. No, you basically see the Ford Mustang and the Chevrolet Camaro, and that's it. It's like there is no other muscle car. So here they seem to be doing a lot better than they were doing on the previous track, or maybe I'm just doing worse. Have to thank me, I actually push you there. Would have done that slower otherwise. Ah, no, dude. These fucking pianos. Well, in case there was any doubt though, that everything is either a Camaro or a Mustang. It's the only two muscle cars that exist apparently. Or maybe this particular one is specifically about these two and nothing else. I don't know. Could be.
Green light!
I really want to show my muscle on these guys. Alright. Come on, dude.
Green. Get ready to push hard.
Don't make me use this car for much longer. Please let me have this win. Just let me have it. Be a good boy and let me have it.
Go, come on, that's the green light!
Alright. Sure. I don't mind. You don't want me to get it? There's many more other things to do. So, yeah, the drag events. And by the way, remember that the drag events, you cannot do them with a... how is it called? With the controller for some reason. So I have to do it with keyboard and in a very awkward way as well. Now, how will this be different than the previous one? Will these cars actually be faster than the individual exhibitions or what? How is it gonna be? I hope not. No, it won't be the case, not on this one at least. Yeah, this Porsche Spider is crazy good. This Porsche Spider is something else. Like, definitely the best acceleration. At least from a factory car, like it seems that it's unbeatable.
That's the green. Come on, nail this one.
I mean, you can see it on the left side that everyone else is pretty far behind. Like, it's such an amazing car, and without a single modification. As I say, it's like the factory version. It was already pretty clear on regular races, but it seems to be even more clear here. At this point, I might as well just finish all the drag events right now, you know? I fucked that up. On the right side, it shouldn't matter, because it should only be the top time, the one that matters, but I still won anyway. Yeah. Wild. Alright, so that already gives you that medal, because there's one, like these ones, like here basically they needed to do a full category of events and they didn't know how to do it, so basically they did 3 different exhibitions in 3 different tracks that are pretty much the same track but with different backgrounds, and then one on each one of those, so effectively doing the same shit twice, or to be more precise, the same shit 6 times, because...
Okay, man, get your head together, breathe, focus, and just nail this from the lights.
Because aside from the background, it's still a straight line as you would expect from a drag event, obviously. So it's like they had to... They had to justify that in one way. Like, it's not gonna be a problem to win all of this. If anything, this one is more like duty.
We can win this. Come on, I'll call green.
For completionism. Because we already know that the result is gonna be a victory. I do wonder
Green, good luck.
if the boss will require me to do any upgrades, because it is a very big difference right now against the regular opponents. But if there's anything that we've seen, is that the boss doesn't seem to have anything to do with the regular rivals, so...
Okay, man, keep focused on the lights.
The boss here might require me to like go fully upgrade the Porsche, though I don't even know how you can fully upgrade this. It feels like, wouldn't that be too much?
Green, that's a green light. Push, push, push.
Like, isn't this thing already extremely fucked up as it is? I don't think it will need anything else, you know? Okay. That works. So yeah. That's that for the Asian one, and then the USA one, that again, it's the same shit. Don't worry about it.
Okay, man, keep focused on the lights.
Then I don't think I need to focus on anything.
That's a green light. Go, go, go.
Because it's not like it's particularly hard to do the shifts either, you know? Differently from some of the other Need for Speed games where the drag events have very very precise upshift windows. Here, the window is massive. Like,
Not long to the green light. Get ready. Come on.
you're not gonna miss it. Like, it's a very long window and also extremely easy to see. So at least on the right side, even if I cannot use the controller, it's so simple that you don't need to.
Go, go. Come on. That's the green light.
To nobody's surprise, it was an absolute wash. Oh wait, there is still one more round. That is in case they, you know, haven't realized that they already lost. But yeah, they indeed already lost. Just that, yeah, no one told them yet.
Green light.
Right? So yeah, now we're gonna be seeing how the boss is. My guess is that this still won't be enough to beat the boss, but only way to confirm is by
Chris
seeing
Rado,
it.
King of Speed, is out on the strip. Scrape a time that wins the event, and you're walking away with his World Racing Scion TC.
And to nobody's surprise, these are the same 3 other tracks, so... so yeah, they weren't very creative here.
Okay, Chris Rado's one quick dude, and that Scion puts out serious power. So watch him, and good luck.
Though here it says as a separate objective to best the time of 8 seconds. I don't think I can do that myself. Wait, who am I? Oh shit, okay. So in case there was any doubt that it's not enough to beat the leader. Alright. So if we want any chance, we do need to upgrade this thing, but yeah, I guess I'll worry about that later. For the time being, at least it seems that we do need like one definitive card to go against that. In the meantime, I want to see how the Nissan R32 works here. This one I already did, right? Yeah, need to do this one. So change to the Nissan. I mean, the Radical is most likely better, but I just want to see if this thing can win. And well, if it cannot, then I'm just gonna keep using the Radical, you know, no problem. But I want to take my R32 for a walk. Or well, for a run, I guess will be the appropriate word. So the opponents seem for the most part very similar. Like, I still see some R34s in here. But they seem even slower actually than the ones I have with the Radical. A little bit weird. Like the Radical, I think that even though it's mostly still free to win with the Radical, it seems like the opponents are faster, thus making it harder to win with it. Here everyone else is getting absolutely fucked. So hello Thiago, how is it going? You know, I didn't pay attention what track this is. Oh yeah, I know which track it is. I mean, I know what track it is, I just don't remember the name. It's the one with the messed up corner collection. Like with all the up and down. Like the roller coaster track. Or well, at least the roller coaster track that is not Mount Panorama. But yeah. What's important here is that yeah, the opponents with the R32 are way easier than the ones with the Radical. So if you actually want a bigger challenge, you kinda want to use the Radical. That being said, the speed that this R32 manages is very similar to that of the Radical, so it's also a little bit awkward, honestly. It's fine. I really don't know which one I would like to use, because if you make me pick in terms of car preference, I will obviously pick the R32, but like, if you want a harder challenge, you definitely will want to pick the Radical, even if it's not that big of a harder challenge. Though one thing that the Radical has, aside from stronger opponents, is also it's harder to drive. Not by much, really. I mean, cars in this game, with the obvious exception being the old-ass classic cars, for the most part they handle very similarly. So, even though in real life the R32 and the Radical will be day and night, in this game they are very, very similar. And the thing is that even then the Radical is still a little bit harder to drive. So, yeah. I mean, I guess the Radical overall will be the higher challenge. Though, to this point, I still don't know why the fuck the Radical is considered a works car. It makes no sense. Unless, like, it's a bug and you're, like, they allow the Radical for no other reason that they forgot to exclude it. Maybe. It could have been the case. Well, either way, the irony of the situation is that using an actual works car than like this one is harder than using the... no, it's easier, I mean, sorry, than using the Radical. So in that regard, picking the Radical, if anything, gives you an extra challenge. And that also makes me wonder if the final opponent here will be hard or not. Because I mean, we already seen that all the final opponents are extremely fucked up, you know? I think the only exception being, like, in the letter categories, though that's mostly because I was using the cars that were given to me by the game. Not sure if I would have used the cars I purchased if it would still be that easy. Maybe not, I don't know. I do wonder what the final opponent on GT1 is gonna be like, but that's something that I will see only at the end of the game. Like, that's something that I want to leave for absolute last. Like, I don't want that to happen earlier. I want that to be at the very end, no matter what. Because that's most likely what's gonna trigger the credit sequence. And I want the credits to be at the very end. Though before doing that, I will want to do the... Because you know that the Dr. Pepper events are there. So I could do that. But I also want to leave those for last. Like before the final GT1 event, yes. But I guess after everything else.
This is a tough track, but you can handle it. Come on, focus.
Yeah, not only this is a tough track, but you're making me do it on night time, so that's pretty nice of you. It's fine.
Green, good luck.
You can see here, even though I started first and it's a regular advantage, but like there is already a gap between me and the second place. So this car is very certainly, well, at least in this category, it really does extremely well. But It also did well in time attack. The only exception was the oval track, and that's because that's obviously a very specific track, you know. Oh, makes sense. Oh, I forgot about the bump. It's fine. It didn't do much. Okay. that wall showed up like a jump scare. Looked like there was nothing there, and then when you get close, slowly gets illuminated and reveals the reality. And if you keep going that way, you're not gonna tell the tale. Well, on the right side these are 3 laps only, so this should be a short race. Keep in mind that it's not the last one. There is another race after this one. I think so far it's possible that in terms of length, the works category is actually the longest one in the game, because it has 6 separate group of events, and each one of them is basically like a very long series. It makes sense considering that this is one of the last categories, well, or the last category before GT1, because GT3 and this one are on the same, like, on the same poster, right? Oops. Let's do one more like that. The next time that I participate in these works events, I'm just gonna pick the radical. For the opposite reason that I thought I would. So I will need to pick the radical because this one will not be good enough, but it turns out that I have to pick the radical because this one is way too good. Removes any sort of challenge. Keep in mind that this is supposedly being placed in the hardest difficulty allowed by the game. Like, not only hardest AI, but also no helps at all, with the exception of automatic transmission, I guess. But the point is that, yeah. Seems that this car extremely trivializes this category, and that's most likely because the game underestimates this car. So it gives you a lot of opponents that are slow, and then you just end up fucking them up, because your car is certainly way better than the opponents that show up.
Wow, you really showed them out there. That's P1, we're the winners.
But yeah, even if it was even if it is a hard track, doesn't look like it. I'm hooking him with 4 laps.
We can win this. Come on, I'll call the green.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't understand. Like the length of this track seems to have so much disparity for no reason, you know.
Green light, good luck and be careful out there, man.
Also, since the default rear lights here are so bright, when it's nighttime, you can barely tell when I'm braking. Like the brakes barely lit the lights. Check it out. Like you can tell it gets lit, but it's like you have to be paying attention. You're not paying attention, you're not gonna tell. That's a little bit dangerous. I mean, the whole reason for the rear lights to be turned on is that you are letting the car behind know that you are braking. So if the guy behind can barely tell that the lights got lit, then he's gonna get a surprise. I mean, he will learn that you brake, but when it's a little bit too late, you know. I guess he's gonna learn in one way or another, right? Probably not the best way to learn. So basically this hairpin here is the only corner in the whole track that I apparently have not dominated. I did now. So if I want to master the track, the only thing that I need is the best line bonus. Well, it's just that at least in this lap, I already messed up multiple times there. It's most likely not gonna happen here. It also seems like it's one of those tracks that has multiple sections where the best line is not very easy to tell which one the game wants you to take. I really want to get it, yes. I managed to dominate all the corners. In fact, I think that this is the first time that I managed to dominate all the corners before I managed to get the best line bonus. I really think it's the first time. Maybe I'll get it on this lap. Perhaps. So that one didn't count as mastering the corner, but I feel like it should have. I think I did that corner as fast as it's possible to do. Well, maybe not that much, but it looked faster than the one attempt that I actually mastered it, you know? This one, I don't want to shinse it, but it should be able to give me the best line bonus. The percentage here seems to already be high enough. Yeah, it should happen. And there it is. So I mastered Hockenheim full course at night. That's pretty nice. Even counted as a clean lap. Beautiful. So something that's pretty clear about this series is that winning doesn't seem to be the hard part, that's for sure. Here, if you look at the amount of time that this race is gonna take versus the previous one I'm pretty sure took 4 minutes and a half, and this one is shaping up to take 7 minutes, so I really don't understand the idea of, you know, of doing it like this, of having races have such different length even within the exact same series, right? Yeah, this wheel won't be essentially, this one will be essentially 7 minutes, yeah. 7 minutes indeed.
Wow, you really showed them out there. That's P1, we're the winners.
At least I got it, but yeah, still surprised by the length. Yeah, I got the Night Master at Hockenheim. Oh, and then you have Nürburgring Nordschleife. I could do this one now, I guess, since it's only one race, just to finish the group. No, wait, hold up. But it said 3, didn't it? But maybe that means something else. Well, it's okay, we're gonna try. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, you know? And I'm pretty sure that it's only one track. Like, it had that weird icon on the left, simply because I guess that's what represents this particular group of events, probably. It's Nürburgring Nordschleife at night time, because it wants to be at night time. But yeah, I mean, I already did this once, so it will be pretty hard to overtake, unfortunately.
We can win this. Come on, I'll call the green.
It's unfortunately the way this track goes. Overtaking is extremely hard if you are not on the final straight, but by that point the whole race is pretty much over, right?
Come on, that's the green light.
And that will mean that someone has been blocking you for the entirety of the track, so that doesn't seem like a good idea at all. Right now, I guess the issue is not overtaking in the traditional sense, but rather the fact that I'm not even reaching them. That is a problem. Maybe, you know, I say that the Nürburgring GP AI was a lot better than the AI of any other track, but it's possible that that might apply to the entirety of Nürburgring. So yeah, even Nordschleife is not free from that. And they have a very tough AI to beat. Right, Nissan, can we work together? And by work together, I mean, can you let me pass? Because I'm faster than you, thank you. Yeah, don't worry, I'll take down that Porsche for you. And well, by take down I mean I'm gonna overtake him. I'm not gonna attempt actually taking him out, but yeah, don't worry. This will be an instant victory is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, leave it to me. That was bad. I'm still ultra afraid of the carousel, dude. I think that Gran Turismo makes the carousel look like such a joke. And then in this game you get the reality check that the carousel is not something that you can just shrug. Ah, fuck. And I almost ended up taking him out, not willingly, mind you. It's just hard to gain some distance here. Oh, that wasn't where you were supposed to rig, it was here. Ah, it's fine, it works. Yeah, I'm still not really reaching him. And here comes the first carousel. And you gotta nail this one. Well, I wouldn't say that he nailed it. He also had some trouble, but he did it faster than me. And the question is, on the final straight, is this guy gonna be faster than me? 'Cause I mean, if we compare a Porsche like that I'm assuming it's the classic 911, like, will the R32 be somehow faster? That's a cut corner, yeah, indeed. Ah, fuck, okay, that's fine, that's fine. Alright, well, that was an overtake, not an ideal one, of course, but kinda worked. I mean, I still have the same doubt, because if he is faster on the straight, we're gonna have a bad time, since he will basically be right on my ass on the... like at the end of the straight, and at the end of the straight, I cannot really do it fast. Like, I will basically start overly braking before that, and he's probably gonna overtake me the same way that the Sonda did in well, one of the other races that I had. We're getting close to it. It comes right after this sequence, well, right after the second carousel, basically. Okay. So right here. And well, you can tell by the lights behind me that he's extremely close as well, so... yeah, I don't think this is gonna work out, no matter how you look at it. We will see though. Maybe I'm surprised and this actually is the faster car, but I doubt it. It seems to be your limit. It's a more than acceptable limit. I'm not sure if it's faster than the Porsche, but it's doing well enough. You gotta be careful here though. I will most likely start braking a lot, yeah, very soon. At least he didn't reach me. Like, I did that very well, actually. Like, I did it with a lot of care, but I didn't really slow down a lot. Nice.
Excellent stuff.
Okay.
That was a great win.
Shame about the cut somewhere there, but who cares? I win. Okay, nice. So yeah, we got that, the Starlight Special. It's called Starlight because it's supposed to be on nighttime. I just understood that. Oh, and then there's gonna be a Shanghai City tour. Well, we're gonna leave that for later. Okay, so what else could we do? Legends, maybe? What's the next one in Legends? With the 60s? I probably will have to purchase it. No, certainly not with the Mini Cooper, I'm assuming. No, it could be... Well, it could be with the Ford GT. Or with this one. I mean... Obviously, this one is the better car. I think that the difference is that this one comes with the DLC, which is the reason why it's worth $0. But if we're gonna be doing 5 races, I'd rather do this with a fast car, so I guess I will do it with that. With that Ford GT. This is like the old version of the Ford GT. I wanna purchase it by $0. Well, might as well change the way it looks though, guys. It like you cannot upgrade it, by the way. You can change the visuals. I mean, and we can use this one, I guess. Looks similar to the one in the Stingray. Okay. So, because yeah, if it was less races, I wouldn't mind doing with the other car that look way older. But
Okay,
yeah.
man, keep focused on the lights.
Well, in fact, the other guys seem to... No, okay, there are others with the Ford GT. Some of them are using that car that I was looking at. Like, well, that guy in second place, for example.
Go, come on, that's the green light.
Well, the guy in second and in first place, actually. The idea here is that since we are already forced to use slow cars, we might as well use at least the fastest among the slow ones, right? So this one, I wouldn't really call it slow. It's not quite slow. It's just that it's old. Yeah, it's very hard to control. Though, ironically, that one seems to be faster. So maybe I picked the wrong one? But not like it costed any money, so... Unlike the Lexus that I purchased for nothing, this one, even if I purchase it for nothing, it's not that it costed any money. And even if it costed any money, I have so much of it that who cares? You know? It's not gonna make me poor or unable to keep affording whatever car I might need. And I don't think that there are many more cars that I need. Like, I need one more car that focuses on top speed, and that's pretty much it. Alright, mister. Oh, that's not where you go. And that's also not where you go. A little bit cheeky of you to do that shit. At least it seems that this will be an actual challenge. Shame that driving these cars is obviously not comfortable at all. but at least it seems that winning won't be free, so that's something. And these are cars that if you want to stop them, you have to start braking very early on, you know? Yeah, those guys are never leaving my behind, it seems. They are looking there and they won't stop looking. They are very curious. I still wish that these races had a lot less laps than the ones they currently have. I feel like it's too many laps. Although now that more time has passed, it seems that the second place is kind of falling behind. But it's fine. Let it fall behind. Though it's interesting, this Ford GT is supposed to be from the 60s. Like, it's supposed to be like a very old car, and yet it looks so similar to the modern Ford GT. The one that is from like 2004 or 2005. Like, it really feels like it's the same car. Well, it doesn't feel like it's the same car. It looks like it's the same car. In terms of feel, you can really tell this one is way more loose. Well, I haven't used the other Ford GT in this game, but I will assume that it's a lot easier to drive.
Excellent stuff. That was a great win.
This little one certainly feels like, you know, the old description for the cars, like being a coffin with wheels. That's how this one feels.
We can win this. Come on, I'll call the green.
Well, probably not as much as the other one that doesn't even have a roof. That's even more of a coffin with wheels. Yeah, that's fine.
Green, green, green. Good luck.
It's fine. Well, here I also, seems like it's one of those series that you start in first place if you manage to. Not like it's gonna matter right now, though. Alright, well, at least that will add some spice. We have an objective to work towards. You know, with the regular cars, like driven by the AI, already brake pretty early. These things manage to brake even way earlier in the corners. Now you can tell that the guy in first place started braking like halfway through the straight. He should have lost a lot more time than what he lost, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you can tell that even the Ford GT of the AI was able to overtake. Also, why do you have the same number that I have? Come on, dude. That shouldn't be allowed. The number 2 here is mine. You cannot have it. Oh, why is this guy faster? He seems to be faster. Okay, yeah, that's one of the cases where I should have started braking a lot earlier. Yeah, these guys are already wanting to have a piece of the cake. But it's a very long ass track. And again, it's 3 laps, so that really feels like an exaggeration. That was 1 lap, like more than 2 minutes and a half, which essentially turns this race into a more than 7 minutes and a half race. Okay, I cannot do that first corner, it seems. Like, I'm just unable. Well, thankfully they used the brakes there, because I could have easily gotten taken out from the race just like that. That first corner is so messed up for some reason. And here it's hard to tell where to start braking, because you don't want to start braking as early as the AI does, but I mean, you really cannot underestimate how fast these cars are going and how relatively bad the brakes are. I guess it's a miracle in itself that the brakes are even working, but these things, it's like you gotta stop them with an army. I will say that of all of the events that I've done, by far the weakest one have been these legend ones, without a doubt. Like, it's not even close. Like, these ones are the weakest one by so much. And you know what the worst part is? That this originally was one of the DLCs. So imagine paying for a DLC that is essentially the worst content in the game. Pretty cool. Well, like, I'm sure that if there are people with nostalgia for these cars, this DLC was very worth it, and not to mention that it's also a DLC that it's not like you have to play the career mode events. Like, you can just get the DLC to have access to the cars and do whatever you want with them. But yeah, at least in the career mode, I would say that this is the worst poster, like the worst main group of events, without a doubt. Bro, that time I did the corner well and I still step on the fucking sand. I just don't believe it. Like, that first corner is absolutely cursed. Like, someone plays a curse in that. Also, I'm assuming it is sand, because it really doesn't sound like sand. I mean, what else could it be? I mean, could it be clay? I don't think so. No, it's most likely sand, but yeah, I don't know. Well, because here's the thing. Nowadays, it's very possible that with all the safety regulations, what you have there is not literal sand, but a compound that has been properly investigated and researched to be the most optimal way to stop a car, right? That is going fast. But considering that these are meant to be the 60s, I think that back then they didn't have that luxury. I mean, they didn't have the luxury of making sure the drivers wouldn't die. So I don't think that they could have the luxury of having like a very expensive compound just to put outside of the road in case someone goes off track. That's probably just plain sand, but yeah, what do I know? Maybe it's still plain sand to this day, you know? Could be. No super knowledgeable. I could manage to master this track if I manage to master the corner after this one. Ah, fuck you, dude. Come on. Why was that not a master?
We won. Good job, man.
Maybe because I did it too slow, probably. And then, come on, was one corner away. Though, I will expect that track to probably show up again anyways. I mean, to show up again in these Legends events, since you already seen that the majority of this is basically iterating through the same tracks with the same cars.
Green, good luck.
But at least this is a track I like. Promise that this is a track I like if I use a modern car. With these cars, this track feels like a waste. Like, I'm not sure if in the 60s this track still had this layout or not, but feels like this track really was made for cars that can actually steer well. So basically not these cars. These are very fast corners, but they are only fast if you don't have something like this, you know? That guy overtook me. I'll overtake him back, but that sequence of corners in the middle of the track, I still feel that I cannot do much about them. They should seem to be overly hard. Ah, fuck. Already know getting the first one doesn't help, but no. Like, it's as I say, these corners that basically are like a zigzag pattern, this is not something that is easy to do with these cars. Like, these are very similar, for example, to the Suzuka circuit corners. And those corners, even though Suzuka circuit is obviously a very classic track and has been there for decades, those corners are better suited for cars that can steer a lot more easily than these things, right? And the same applies to this. Ah, fuck, that was an asphalt, no. For fuck's sake, dude. I don't think I'm recovering that. Isn't it the sneaky ass sand right there? I don't think I'm recovering this. I probably should restart, but that's so painful. Well, if I manage to cut one of the corners, probably, you know, I will cut one more. Problem is that these corners, since they are essentially like compound corners, you skip one and you skip two, and at that point you will get disqualified. So that doesn't seem like a smart idea, to be fair. Regardless of how smart the idea, I honestly don't want to continue with this annoying ass car, so I'll do that some other time. But let me do I guess we could do the well, I could do the last drift event before the final boss, I guess. There's only the Starlight Tour, so these are all gonna be at night time. Not sure if I'm excited to see that. Probably not. We will see. It is the last one before you actually play against the boss, and I hope that the boss is not an issue. So, well, then again, the boss here is not like in the other ones. Like, you essentially have to beat a score, not like you have to beat an AI. But the score is most likely gonna be pretty high to the point that you are most likely not beating it unless you do a very good job on your end. So yeah, not sure what to expect. I mean, I could do it after this, I guess, because I don't want to do too much drift altogether, you know? Doesn't seem healthy to do that much drift. Wait, why is that drift not counting? It didn't count for the entirety of the length. This is why I fucking hate drift events, dude. Why didn't you randomly not count that one? Like, what was the issue? It's not like you can be off track here, so what is it that you didn't like? Was my angle too bad or something? On the right side, that's you know, thankfully enough regardless. Maybe in the first lap it also didn't count. Whatever, I win. That's what matters. Alright. So next one, damn, 1920 for the optional objective. I mean, it makes sense since this is a track that is made specifically for drifting and it's a very long track as well. But, yeah, 1800 here. Will I get that? And that also scares me for the boss, because it most likely means that the boss scores are gonna be probably worse than this one. So, not sure what to expect. I mean, aside from pain, I know to expect that. It's gonna be painful, without a doubt. Yeah, at least the satisfying thing here is that you do get a lot of score for the drift, and the drift themselves are not hard to do at all. But yeah, the bad part is that that's still a very, very high score to beat. I will need around 900 per lap to beat that score, since there's only 2 laps. So that score will not be enough, unfortunately. But I have my doubts here. It might actually not be enough. It's okay. Well, this one I actually managed to properly do the full drift there. Like last time I basically divided it in 2 and I lost a lot of potential score. So at least I do know, if this is not enough, where I will gain the score I need, pretty much. It's all on this final corner here. Oh wait, I got it. Never mind. I mean, it was enough already. I didn't get the additional points, but who cares? But that was still pretty close, you know? And then for this one, well, this one is at least less points. But yeah, it's getting rough over here. Like, it's not gonna be easier for much longer, really. But at least I'm proud that I was able to essentially do the majority of drift events. Not without struggling, of course, but I thought I would struggle a lot more like I did, for example, in Pro Street. In Pro Street it was insane, but technically I could still struggle a lot on the... like against the actual boss. Also, yeah, careful with that hairpin, because I'm pretty sure last time I popped a tire right there, and it could happen again. So yeah, don't underestimate that hairpin, and more importantly, don't do donuts on it. Donuts, yeah, that's not a word, actually. Pretty sure. Okay. Is that the first corner is the one that is not very easy to do at all. It's a very complex corner. Okay, don't drift out too much. Oh, I got it. I thought it was 600, but you know, I'm still remembering the additional objective that I could still get, by the way, if I manage to do this corner. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that worked. Nice. I like getting these ones on the first try, it's pretty cool. Oh, this one I certainly won't get it on the first try though. Fuck. Well, it had to happen eventually, I guess. Though it's not as bad as the Ebisu one, but this is still a hard one. We will see. Thankfully here the nighttime didn't affect this at all. Like, it's still the same difficulty of doing the corners, just because it's nighttime didn't really do anything to the difficulty. No, that's a very bad angle there into the corner. Okay, let's try that. I was gonna say let's try that again. No, let's keep going instead. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Notice that these are very... like 90-degree corners are terrible for drifting. Unless they are extremely wide, but that's not the case here. If I can manage to repeat that lap, it will be enough to win. Oof, was a very bad entrance. And again, I cannot do that corner. At least I didn't lose. At this point I will lose a tire. I think I already lost my front cover. I think my engine might be completely exposed. Yeah, well, now it surely is. Nice, so I need to nail this corner, obviously. I think that my direction is fucked. Actually, hard to tell, but I think it might be. Just that it doesn't seem to matter too much, but I think that my car is naturally going to the left. Yeah, it is. Alright, well, it still worked. So, only the final boss of Drift is left. Not sure what to expect.
I'm your opponent in this event, and you better believe I'm not gonna take it easy on you. If you beat me, you'll get the keys to the Monster Energy Falcon Tires Ford Mustang. That is, if you beat me.
Well, I'm not sure if I can beat you. Like, here I just want to see how the difficulty of this is gonna be. I'm not gonna try harder now, but I just want to see just how hard we're talking about. Because here, I don't think that you can get a better car. Like, it's not about getting a better car, because it seems that it's the same thing. Well, this is almost 1,000, but you do have 3 full laps. I kind of forgot how much it was on the previous event, even though I just did it. It's like I completely forgot. Wasn't it like less than 600? Because if that's the case, then that point objective is an issue. Maybe it's not that bad. I mean, it's not bad if you manage to do the important corners properly. The issue is that you have to do them properly 3 times, because you have 3 laps, of course. And all 3 laps are extremely necessary to get that score. I say that I wouldn't do the drift, but yeah, I mean, I just want to see if I manage to get this on the first try, then hey, that's awesome. But if I don't, I'm not really gonna try hard. But it's also supposed to be an important event, because it's the only one where you're actually apparently competing against the guy that constantly talks to you throughout the whole game. It's kind of like you're trying to beat your master. It's a little bit of a shame that it has to be on a drift event where you have 0 interaction against him, but it is what it is. I mean, if that's the discipline that he's good at, then that's that, you know? That was first place, and I still had some steam left. Well, in fact, enough to get the secondary score. Alright. Nice. That went well. This track is true that it's easy, so let's see if I fucked up. Well, there it is. You didn't take that long, huh? I was gonna say, let's see if I fucked up one shows up. Yeah. Didn't wait any time to show up. Alright. Well, this one, 785. In the previous one it was 500 something, right? I mean, should be doable. It will require some very good control. If I manage to nail this corner, this will be a good lap. Yeah, if I can repeat that 2 more times, I will win. Or I think I will I? Well, I'm not very good at instant mathematics, but I think I should. No, again, and it's pretty easy to hit that stupid ass container right there. I mean, it's easy to hit any of the track limits here because everything is so close, obviously. Yeah, if I manage to do another another lap, sorry, than those, like those, I win. That's an if. So my biggest fear is Ebisu or any of those similarly looking tracks that are probably gonna be ultra cancerous to do. We will see. Seems that the standard here is 3 laps for all of the challenges. Don't fuck this up because it's a free ticket to victory and I got it. Nice. And even the additional score as well. I mean, I don't want to shinse, but this one might be the easiest boss of the game, which makes sense considering that it's kind of like the first one, you know. Theoretically, the fact that I left it for this far is oh shit. And just as I say that, 2,600 for this one. Damn, it's quite a lot, I will say. Well, 2,500 for the win. By the way, isn't that a different person than the one in the previous ones? Am I really competing against this guy? Well, I probably am, but I guess he cannot win it every time, though. I feel like he should, if he's gonna be considered the boss of this discipline. Uh-oh, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. No. Like, that might have worked, but I feel like I was heading for the wall too fast. No, see, that one, that one is not gonna work. If I manage to repeat 2 more laps like this, then yes, this will also be enough to win. And more importantly, to not pop my tires, because I think that this might be the track where it's the easiest to just pop your tires, you know. So if you can avoid that, it should happen. Like the win, obviously. Okay. I think this one is better to start it as late as possible. Really feels like otherwise you are very early risking a hit to the wall. That was also a very good second lap, but this one has to be just as good. There are a lot of times where I really get the fear that I'm just gonna go head first into a wall. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't happen. And, well, more times than not it doesn't happen. I think that it's a reasonable fear to have. And I think this the same guy that I'm apparently driving against say that like drifting is trying to control the uncontrollable, right? Well, I not only beat the toughest score, but I also beat the additional score, so yeah, no problem. It seems that this boss will be free. And also, speaking of free, we will be free from drift as well. So I got 3,000 there. Not just the the additional score, but also even further. So for this one, we have also a relatively high score. On the right side, this one, I think it's the same one that I did on the Starlight Challenge, right? Well, we will see. Might be pretty hard, though. At least I'm glad that Ebisu wasn't part of the final drift challenges, despite the fact that the guy said, "I'll take you to Ebisu, the mecca of drifting," and well, technically he did. It's just that when he said that, I thought he meant that we were gonna, you know, like challenge each other there, but no, it was like one of the random drift events in the middle of this campaign, right? Which again, I'm glad, but I'm just surprised because it's not much of a mecca if the most important event is not gonna happen there, you know. But again, it's better that way. So here, that first lap was not extremely good at all. Like, if I do the rest of them like that, it's not gonna be enough. But it wasn't that far either. Like, it was okay, kinda. Yeah, this is the corner where you're gonna get the most amount of score without a doubt. It's gonna go down to the wire without a doubt. Like, in fact, I most likely won't get it. Like, it will have to be an exceptional third lap for me to get it, and I could do that, but it cannot be like the previous ones. Has to be a lot better than that. And right now it's not looking a lot better, really. Okay, yeah, full risk. Like, that's something that normally you wouldn't do, but since this game counts the drift points like that, that's the best I could have done to guarantee the fact that I was gonna get enough points. Well, I win, so we completely beat drift. Nice. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not gonna give me the car. But yeah, we beat all of this, so drift is out. Drift is fully completed, and in fact, well, aside from the Dr. Pepper shit, basically all first 4 posters are completed. So time attack is something that I cannot do yet because of what I mentioned, the fact that I need a very specific card to win that. I could do this. I basically just got salty last time because I couldn't win a single. Oh, it isn't actually a single race. It's the typical bait and switch. You have to do 3 stages. Well, instead of doing that, hold up. There's something that I wanna try. Like, going to the drag thing. Like, I cannot do it with the current car I have, but where is it? The Porsche Spider here. No, didn't mean to enter. Fuck, it's fine.
Okay, Chris Rado.
Yeah. No, what I want to try is see if I can upgrade it first and foremost. Yes, apparently. Well, not many upgrades though, I guess. Wait, is there any upgrade I actually? Guess no. Why do you even show them then? These are no upgrades. Not even the nitros. But you can make it works. That's the difference. Like this one by default can be turned into works. Well, I could. Sure. Tim, that it went from 1,500 to 2,100. So in terms of acceleration, yes, it makes it a lot better. Alright, well, might as well try. Yeah, I'm sure. Though I also want to see the drag. Oh, you never mind. Nothing you can do there. So, will this be enough to beat the Drag King, or am I still gonna get my ass kicked? Well, and also remember that you need to leave the controller aside because the game works in very mysterious ways. Alright, so can I do this?
Rado's one of the best, and his Scion's a heat-seeking missile, but you earned this, so take him out, alright?
Wait, he say Rio? Are we talking about the same Rio as Pro Street? Probably not. It could be.
Green, good luck!
Okay. Oh, hold up. He almost won though. He's the one that is on the second to last lane. So I did win, but... well, I won, which is what matters.
Okay, Chris Rado's one quick dude, and that Scion puts out serious power. So watch him, and good luck.
Yeah, you don't need to mention how good he is twice, you know? Like, I got it the first time.
That's the green, come on, nail this one!
Ooh, like, I'm barely beating him. Like, by very, very little. In fact, it isn't enough to beat the additional time that is 8 seconds and a little bit, which I don't care, but I mean...
Okay, Chris Rado's one quick dude, and that Scion puts out serious power. So watch him, and good luck.
Yeah, don't worry about it, bro. I do want to see if this thing will be enough for standing mile, though.
Green, that's the green light! Push!
Because it's very clearly the best for regular drag race, but is the top speed good enough? Well, at least drag race is gone. Wait, there is another one. Oh, it's because it's 3 races, okay.
We can win this, come on, I'll call the green.
Is that, yeah, it's 3 rounds in each race and there are 3 races. My bad, well, I should be able to still win it, but we will see. And that was somehow not a false start, I don't know how. Oh, and this one was actually below 9 seconds. Probably, I think it's still not enough for the time that it wants me to do, whatever.
I'll call the green, get ready to push hard.
The good thing about this car is that it's super easy to get.
Go, come on, that's the green light!
Like, it's essentially... like, you purchase the car as it is, and then simply install the works upgrade, and that's it. You don't need to do anything else. I mean, you need the money to do both, but...
Not long for the green light, get ready, come on,
I mean, at the point that you are in Class A, which this car is in that category, shouldn't be a problem to do this.
Green, good luck!
Okay. At least I won. But yeah, there's one more. Even though it's gonna be the same shit, but it, you know, it's different for the game.
Okay, man, get your head together. Breathe, focus, and just nail this from the lights.
Yeah, just do that, bro. No problem.
Green light!
Almost hit the wall there. But it seems like he's always doing the same time. Like it's probably 9.2 or 9.3 seconds what he's doing.
I'll call the green. Get ready to push hard.
Which is the reason why I really wonder why they bother doing 3 rounds per event when there doesn't seem to be any reason to do so. I guess,
Green, good luck.
who am I to upshift? Yeah, that one was pretty fast. Nice. One more and we're done. Well, we're done at least with what the game calls drag, but not with the actual drag event, since we still need standing mile, you know?
That's the green. Come on, nail this one.
Yes. Okay. Well, the thing is that... will this car be enough? Oh, wait, hold up. I actually got awarded something. For the first time in a while, I guess. So... it seems that the DLC unlocks still work. It's the normal car. Well, unless it's not in my garage. Let me see. Which one was it? A Ford Mustang? Maybe no. I kind of forgot already what it was. No, it was a Sion. So yes, you do unlock it. Oh, and that's a lot of top speed. So if my current car is not enough, I could use this one for the... No, don't quit. No. I meant to go to career. I want to try standing mile with the Porsche. But yeah, if the Porsche doesn't work, no problem. Onto that car we go, I guess. Might as well. Yeah. Theoretically, the car I'm using simply specializes on acceleration, so I don't think it's gonna be good on top speed, but you never know.
Green, that's a green light. Push, push, push.
Especially doing that. Oh, and this thing has a 7 gear. The top speed, like that's a very low top speed. You can tell by that this thing is certainly focused on acceleration, because that's not an impressive top speed at all. I will be surprised if I somehow won, but I didn't. In fact, that was last place, just like that. No, so here, well, you do have options, well, not here. Actually, no. I think that the drag adjustments that you can do are only like in the garage, and there is no upgrades for this thing. So here, ironically, the best thing I could do is pick that car that I unlock. That the only one that I managed to unlock, by the way, from the whole car. Well, or at least after that bug happened. Well, it says that the top speed is 403, but will it actually reach that? I mean, I don't have any reason to not think that. Let's see. Maybe it will. I'm curious to see it. So yeah, will you reach it, mister? This one. On here. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm seeing a Porsche Spider, I think, or maybe not. Maybe I hallucinated. It's fine. So, Will you reach those 400 kilometers per hour, I wonder?
Green light.
Wow, it's already in 5th gear. Jesus. Do you have a 7th gear, I wonder? No, you don't. Not sure if that was the fastest time. I think that the other car was pointed, yeah. Somehow wasn't. Maybe I could have done a better start, but I don't think that would change anything. Quite wild. What car was it? I think it was the Pagani Huayra, probably.
Green, good luck.
Not really. Which car is that? Or maybe it is a Pagani Huayra? I can't really tell because I'm dumb. I think that was faster than last time. Oh, and it was enough to win, actually. So by doing that, assuming he doesn't get a faster...
Okay, man. Get your head together. Breathe, focus, and just nail this from the lights.
Assuming he doesn't get a faster speed, that should be enough to win, right? Even if I do badly on this one.
Go, come on, that's the green light.
I don't think that's the right way of starting. But it's weird, I don't know what's the right way to start with this thing. But certainly not that. Yeah, I can do essentially... Like, I cannot reach the 400 that are advertised, but I can reach high enough to beat all of these guys, so... I guess that's what matters. So yeah. But I don't know if it will be enough to beat the final boss, probably, you know. I mean, comparatively, I'm not really doing good at all. Like, I'm doing pretty badly. It's fine, whatever.
That's the green, come on, nail this one.
The fastest one here apparently is the one... Oh, it's actually the one next to me. Wait, was he really faster than 393? No, he wasn't. Okay, nice. Well,
We can win this, come on.
pretty nice that this gift from the heavens came and should allow me to win standing mile. I wonder if this one will be able to win the time trial though.
Green.
It's cool, but maybe not. But I already fucked up here, so I don't think I'm gonna do a better time, but we will see. I think this one might be longer than the previous track, so it's possible that you will get that again. It probably is longer, though I didn't get a better speed, but it still was the fastest one apparently. Okay. And then come on. I really wish that you could remove the intro in the settings. It would be pretty nice. It doesn't wanna happen. So unless someone beat my 390 something speed, no, I win. Well, nice. I mean, I'm not gonna do the other ones because, I mean, it's basically the same logic as the drag events, you know, nothing original here. But yeah, I'm not gonna do them because a lot of drag is, as I say, not very good for you. So, instead of that, which one could I do? Oh yeah, the time attack. I could try the time attack with the spider being upgraded. I need to change the car. This one. So yeah, continue. And if it doesn't work, I could use that car that I should use that I unlocked.
Focus on the lights.
If this one is not enough, it will be pretty fucked up because apparently cars don't get much faster than this one, you know?
Green light.
It's possible that it's not enough. Well, in fact, you're kinda seeing that here, that this thing might not be enough actually. I mean, maybe what I'm not nailing is how to do the oval. Like maybe the speed I have is enough, but I'm just doing the oval badly. Just that the physics of this game don't seem to be very well prepared to do oval races, because like normally you wouldn't be drifting like that on an oval. You know?
I'll call the green. Get ready to push hard.
I wanna see. I mean, that one didn't count because I crashed against someone, but...
Green, nail that first corner.
Come
Come on.
on. I start pretty badly, but it seems that later on I kinda get in the rhythm that you need to go actually faster. Though that Lamborghini that is at the top seems to be an issue. That Lamborghini right now is being the very clear issue here. I'm beating everyone else by quite a lot. Well, I'm assuming simply because of how I'm going against them, but that was bad. Wow, and he should set a newer, faster lap. Really? Yeah, at least with this car, I cannot do better than this. It's not possible. Also, someone got the second place. Yeah, no, I cannot beat them with this. Oh, actually, it's not the Lambo, it's two Pagani Huayra here. So I want to test it. Well, no, actually, instead of testing that, I want to test this one. Like here, remember that the car that I went against here was super fast, but let's see how fast you are against this one.
Rado's all-wheel drive Scion is crazy. You gotta add that to your garage, man. Go get him.
Because here the top speed is not really an issue.
That's the green. Come on, nail this one.
Here I want to believe that the speed of this thing is enough to compete against him. Can you let me go through the fucking road? We'll appreciate it. But that one I cannot blame anyone. Okay, I'm having trouble because it's hard to control this thing
Rado's a wild man. Just make sure
on
you're
a
faster, okay? Good luck.
on a normal track. This is a normal track, and so far I only use this version on the drag race and on the oval, but on an actual track this thing is a beast. It was already a beast before the works upgrade, but here it's really hard to control, dude. Like, it's not a joke. At least by getting the lead, no one is gonna bother me, but you know that's basically... Wow, that wasn't a cut. Ah, fuck. Shouldn't be worrying about those things. Now, you know what? All of you go on. Yeah, go on. Leave my side. Leave my side and let me do this laps in peace. So, ironically, that's still not far enough. If you want to do fast laps, you're most likely gonna reach those guys. Alright, hold up. Stay here. Wait a little bit. And then the next race is yours. The next lap, not race. So the top lap, well, that's probably not gonna be the actual top lap. 1 minute 9 seconds. It's probably gonna be like 1 minute 6 like it was last time. But at least now I don't really have the excuse of anyone getting in my way. So, yeah. You have the track all for yourself. So any mistake that you do is fully your issue. Well, and I already did the sector one time. But this fucking sand that keeps getting in my way. In sector 2. It seems that, though I don't know if the boss guy is actually being held. Oh, fuck. It's being held back by the other cars or not, and that's a shame because that made me lose a lot of time. So 1 minute 9 is still the top time for now. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough. Fuck. It makes sense since the last sector was terrible, but man, it's very hard to control this shit in a track like this. And again, the most likely scenario is that the fastest guy is actually being slowed down by the other guys, so we still don't know what the fastest lap is gonna be. Even though, as I said, it's most likely gonna be 1 minute 6. I'm doing even slower now. I mean, if I manage to recover in the final sector, it's probably gonna be fine, but... That's still the fastest lap even after all that. And that being said, I still cannot beat it. That's not good. At all. It's not as bad of a track right now, but I also cannot do faster than the sectors that I managed to completely beat in the previous lap. So that's bad. Well, another thing that is bad is that I'm getting close to these guys, which essentially means that the next lap they are gonna get in my way. So yeah, 1.9 is still the best. Why wasn't it 1/6? And here, unless he's the guy that is in 3rd place, it shouldn't really be held back by anyone. If he's the one that is in 1st, ahead of everyone, he shouldn't be slowed down. But maybe, I don't know, maybe he's being slowed down. Well, I cannot make a better time than the one I just said, because with these guys getting in the way, there is absolutely no way. But I also cannot see him, so whether he's in the middle or he's ahead of everyone, I cannot know. I will only know... Oh, what the hell? What was that movement? Come on, do you have a Pagani Huayra? Cannot do that with that car. Oh man, and someone just set the fastest lap. 2 of them, in fact. What a bunch of dipshits, really. Right at the end. Well, then this is something that I cannot really do right now, though. Ironically, Chris Rado stopped being the issue. It's the Porsche Spider that it's the same car that I'm using. Alright, the time attack events will very easily be the hardest one, so I guess we shouldn't do that now. Not sure what else to do. Not really feeling like doing any of the other events right now, but I guess I'll do muscle. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the idea, but I guess I will. Yeah, that's such a pain in the ass. Having muscle and legends being pretty much the 2 categories that are have the most events remaining is such a pain in the fucking ass. Oh well. It happens. Yeah, see, that's the reason why I quit this shit last time, you know?
We can win this. Come on, I'll call the green.
I feel like, dude, at least if you're gonna be obsessed with, you know, forcing muscle car events, can you at least make one Need for Speed game where muscle cars are not utter garbage to drive? Like, it's fine, you like muscle cars, that's beautiful, but at least try to make them fun to drive. It really feels like you're driving I don't know what to compare it with. You're driving something shitty, that's what you're driving. Like, look at this, dude. Like, I know I'm not good at driving these cars, but it's like they don't want to be used. Like, it's like they want you to suffer. That's their objective as cars. God damn it, dude. I could just fully upgrade this one so I don't have to deal with the piece of shit that is driving this right now. Because I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have any issues upgrading this. I will be willing to do that simply to not have to suffer through this thing. Is that it's interesting because it does everything at the same time. It understeers, it oversteers, it goes slow. It's like it has every shit thing that a car could have at the same time. And it's also ugly on top of that. So like, there is not a single positive thing about the muscle cars in the Need for Speed series. Alright, I'm fully upgrading this shit because I'm not doing 3 races like this. Alright, on to the garage. No, not the garage. Well, yes, the garage, but upgrades. I don't care. I'm installing everything there is to install. Like, I'm gonna make this even... Though, I don't know. That's the issue. Huh? Well, as long as there is not a limit, should be fine. I was gonna say, I'm gonna change it to... I'm gonna use the works upgrade, but I'm not sure if that's gonna let me participate in the event. It might not let me. And if that's the case, that will be bad, because, you know, you basically have to shove this car up your ass. And yeah, that's not a good idea normally, I will say. So, it turned into A, which is pretty nice, I guess. Oh, and yeah, the nitro. So, yeah, essentially now it's a completely different car. It will be, as I say, pretty sad if they don't let me enter the competition though, because maybe there is a restriction for that. There isn't. Okay, we can at least enter this with a car that is supposedly a lot better prepared, apparently. That also means that the rivals are gonna be stronger. It's not like I'm gonna obliterate slower rivals, but at least I hope that driving this shit doesn't feel, well, like shit.
Green light, good luck and be careful out there, man.
I also wonder if this could help me for time attack. Probably no, who knows. And keep in mind that this one has nitro. And I don't think it will help me for time attack. The difference is that here seems that you can get the lead pretty early on. I can guarantee you though that it's not much better to drive. Like, it is faster, which means that the races are gonna be over faster, which is always good. But this is still so annoying to drive. Like, it's what I told you. It understeers and oversteers at the same time. Like, it understeers, and when you try to force it to properly steer, it oversteers. It's like the worst of everything. It's like it's there simply to piss you off. But on the right side here, these upgrades will eventually be necessary anyways, most likely to fight the boss, because I would assume that the boss also is pretty strong and all that shit, you know. Ouch. That also, I don't think that you can do the same thing with the... In fact, I think I already checked, like, you know, with the classic legend cars, I don't think that you can upgrade them. Like, when I went to garage, the option for upgrade, I think it was grayed out, so you cannot do that, which kinda sucks, but yeah. Okay, I thought, judging by the beginning, that I was gonna be super far from these guys and it was gonna be free, but the thing is that the handling of this thing is so shit that no, you're constantly on the edge. It's one of those things that you don't understand how bad it is until you actually have to drive it yourself. Because here you could see this and be like, wow, you suck. And yes, that's true, but even if that's true, you grab this car and you will see my pain. You will understand my pain right away. I mean, at least it's not as bad as the classic cars, to be fair, but it's not that different. It's just slightly better, but it's very comparable to the classic cars in the Legends category. Like, it's that annoying. The second place is following quite close here. And if I had spun out right there, right at the end of the track, I swear I would have left this for the very last, like even after the shitty one turn, but no, it's fine.
Amazing driving out there, man. Amazing.
I know. You really need to have an amazing driving with this shit car. It's fine. So you really want to make me work for it. No doubt. It's fine. I think that this is the... well, there is another race after this, but I mean that... it's the last one before the boss, the boss comes, right?
That's the green light. Go, go, go.
I'm not sure. Could be wrong. Seems at least that the initial acceleration I do it superior than everyone else in here. Don't go that fast. Also, here I'm not even paying attention to dominating the corners or getting the best line bonus, because I can tell you that it's already painful enough to somehow try to to do this without losing the car. But I don't think I can afford the luxury of paying attention to the corner mastering or the best line. I don't think I can. Oh yeah, that cut is so natural. It really feels like they put the asphalt on the wrong side of the road, because it's so natural to simply keep going straight there. It's a very common cut because of that. And the good thing is that at least that bump has not been a problem whatsoever. Really hasn't. Yeah, that was bad. Hey, come on. Weren't you seeing me try to record? I hope that that didn't damage my direction, because you know that it's already hard enough to control this shit as it is. So if my direction was somehow managed, I mean damaged. It wasn't, by the way. Okay, that's fine. The problem is that now I need to worry about overtaking this guy. It shouldn't be an issue. It's the same car that I'm using, so... The overtake was successful, but after this there is still one more lap, so I don't know. Come on. Wasn't even that close to the wall, was it? Nah, it's fine. So, final lap. No, you can... Okay. That could have been worse, but... Like, why do you have to do it now on the final lap? Like, for what reason? Why don't you... Why didn't you do it earlier? Why does it have to happen now? If I didn't break a lot, that could have easily been like straight to the wall. Okay.
We won! Good job, man! Nice drive!
Oof, dude, it really is a pain to drive these things. It is, without a doubt. And then Road America.
Great win last time. Come on, let's push for 2 in a row.
Well, at least most of these are straights and the corners are, you know, very slow, so I guess it should be fine.
Green, that's the green light. Push, push, push.
I could also try to go for the final corner that I couldn't dominate here. It would be nice. Yeah, nice takedown, by the way. Amazing takedown. You know, you deserve to get completely destroyed for that. I'm not sure if it was the Corvette, but I'm gonna assume it was simply because you're in second place. I mean, maybe it was the Mustang. I think the Corvette got the first place right away. Yeah, it was the Mustang, actually. Well, there you go. Well, that probably didn't do shit, but I hope it teaches him to not be a bitch in the future. You're also tempting me to take you down, Mr. Camaro. It's okay. Stay there. Stay on your line. that was an interesting break. I mean, I guess every corner is gonna be painful. At least you don't have to go through fast corners extremely slowly. You just have to go through slow corners slowly, which is what you would expect from them anyways. I think at that corner I just won't be able to dominate it no matter what. Then you have to brake for that? No way. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but god damn. You actually have to brake, because otherwise you're out. So, you know what, now that I think about it, I was thinking that this car will be useful for the eventual boss of this category, but the boss of this category probably has something equivalent to a Corvette or a Dodge Viper, and I don't think this thing can compete with that. I mean, maybe the Works version can do it, but I have my doubts. Oh, it really makes me curious to activate the optimal racing line just to see what the game wants me to do on that corner, because it's pretty clear I won't figure it out, so just out of curiosity I want to see what's supposed to be the optimal line there. That wasn't a track cut. Not like it matters at this point, but... Alright, final lap. I could have easily spin out there too. Basically every interaction with any corner is like could be race ending. I mean, I guess that applies to every car in every track, but with this car it really feels like I'm never in control. And also the second place is very close to me right now. So it's also not gonna be a free race in that regard either. Even not spinning out or anything like that. That guy will be there. Oh, I actually somehow dominated that corner. I mean, I feel like I did the exact same thing I was doing every single other attempt, but maybe not. Okay, so that essentially means that Road America has been dominated. And with the most unlikely car, I guess. I was not expecting to get that corner with this thing, of all things. So hey, that's pretty nice. Alright. So yeah, that's a win. And at least this specific turn is done. So yeah, good shit.
Wow, you really showed him out there. That's P1.
I really hope that only the final boss is remaining for this, because it will be a little bit annoying if it wasn't. No, actually there's two men. This is never gonna end. So I also, speaking of annoying shit, I want to finish this thing, because I don't like leaving things without finishing, you know? So this one, I think it was on one of the, yeah, like the French track that I had accidents, and I was like,
Last win was
you know,
amazing. Keep it up.
I was like, nah, I don't wanna try anymore, but I need to at least be done with it so I don't leave it without completing. I'm not a fan of that.
That's a green light. Go,
But hey, I'm also not a fan of these events in general, so, you know, it happens. Yeah, unfortunately, two of the things remaining in the game are muscle and legends. And they are both just as annoying as each other. So yeah. Well, the other things that are remaining are time attack, endurance, the GT1 and standing mile, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, and works actually. Well yeah, that's the thing, works I don't mind at all, the fact that that's left. I wish it was more like that. I still believe that the hardest thing will be, without a doubt, which one? The time attack, yeah, that one will be the hardest one. There is no doubt about it. Also, I managed to do a clean lap in the first try, so maybe this is the good one. Maybe this is the one that will happen on the very first try. If I'm not mistaken, in this specific championship there are still 2 more races remaining, so that is annoying. But yeah. I'd rather finish it now than leave it for later, because there are already enough legend events remaining that will be a pain in the ass in its own right, so it's better to get rid of them as soon as possible. I do hope they are not as long as these ones, but they most likely will. Like, my intuition tells me that they will be as annoying. Here I'm also being super careful, and also another thing that helps a lot is the fact that the previous races that I did were with that Ford Mustang that basically had ironically very similar driving to this car from the 60s. So yeah, essentially I'm not underestimating the corners, but I do that and it's fine, don't worry about it. Unfortunately, yeah, the other guys are understandably catching up because of that. it's okay. I don't think they are gonna overtake, but they are pretty close. It's the moment I open my mouth. So yeah, the corners in the middle of the track are the issue, as they were in the previous time I tried this. Not sure how that corner is not counting as master with how absurdly fast I'm doing it. Also, right there I played way too close to the piano. Like, I shouldn't have risked it that much, but yeah, whatever. Also, that thing that is flying is so fucking distracting. Please don't fuck this last corner up. Alright, we got it. Nice. That was pretty annoying. And there are still 2 more races. I will do them today. Those will be the last 2 races I'll do.
We won! Good job, man! Nice drive!
I want to at least be done with this long-ass tourney, which, by the way, it's one of the longest tourney, like 5 races on a single one. Damn, man. Wait, is this a track that I did before? I don't recognize the name. It's another French one, I think, Russen something. Oh, and I just realized that the girls are also dressed for the occasion with like all their clothing. Pretty nice. The first time I noticed. Well, it's pretty clear I did do this track, but I don't remember it. But isn't this a very long track? Do you really want me to do 4 laps on this? Wasn't this a more than 2 minutes track? Especially seeing that it has 13 corners, right? And you want me to do 4 laps? Whose idea was to have this fucking tourney? Absolutely out of their mind. Like, come on, dude, what are you doing? If you at least did this with fast cars, I would probably still complain, but it will be like, whatever. You know, you do it with this thing. Pretty messed up, honestly. It is gonna be an almost 10-minute race. Easily. I don't even want to imagine the one after this. Alright, well, I guess. I guess I'll do it, but man. I mean, this is legitimately gonna be close to a 4-hour stream at this rate. Well, technically this is gonna be 8 minutes. Oh, nice bump. Well, will it? No, it actually looks like it could be close to 10 minutes. I mean, it will be 10 minutes if it's 2.5 minutes per lap. It won't be 2.5 minutes, but I guess, okay, 9 minutes. It's gonna be closer to 9 minutes. Yeah. That's pretty wild. Really don't know what they were thinking. Again, keep in mind that this is meant to be a DLC originally. So if I paid for this, I would feel very bad. Well, for both DLCs, like both DLCs are clearly weaker than the rest of the game. Like the dry events are like the laziest shit you can do. Not to mention that somehow they don't work with controller, but even if they did, like the fact that it's 3 different tracks that are essentially the same one, And the fact that the events are simply repeating those tracks and that's it, because obviously if you do an actual drag race and not like the most wanted type of bullshit drag race, it's not like you can do much more. It's understandable, but it's just wild that it's a DLC and it's not like an extra mode that is only 1 or 2 events, right? Or hey, maybe make it 3 if you want to, in those 3 tracks, but not more. And especially not DLC. I will say that the DLCs of this game are kinda shit, honestly. Not to mention the fact that you get all those cars unlocked at a garage for free, so... I mean, in my case, I obviously have self-control, so I simply don't use them, but... like, you essentially have a very big portion of the career solved, because you just have access to those extremely broken cars, and that's it. So yeah, very messed up, no matter what. Oh, and this isn't even the final lap. I was about to say it's just one more lap to go. No. No, sir. It won't be only one more lap to go. I just hope that the next track is not... well, the next race, rather, it's not longer than this, because... if it is, dude... well... I don't know. I mean, I'll still probably do it, but it's so annoying, right? Like, I feel that, you know, ironically, one endurance event is probably shorter than the entirety of this championship. And not to mention that I'd rather do the endurance event than a single one of these events. Well, actually, I think that I could do that tomorrow, like do the one of the endurances, because at this point, as I say, it's pretty clear that I'm going for the 100%, so the endurances will have to happen. So for the endurances to happen, I will, you know, I need to do them. So I guess better to start, you know, with at least one of them. I mean, I know that they are at least 2, but I'm not sure if they are only 2. I want to believe it's only 2, what if it isn't? And I saw the first one, and the first one was very reasonable, but is the second one reasonable? Because what if the second one is something like a 3-hour race? For what I think, the first one was simply like a half an hour race, which yes, it's a lot compared to every other race in the game, but I mean, it's whatever. I did way worse than that, so in Gran Turismo, for example. So it's not something that I'm particularly bothered by. You know that I'm doing these laps very badly, but the thing is that, oh, that was a corner master, that didn't make any sense, or whatever. The point is that the reason why I'm so ahead the second place is because I'm not braking for the bump. Like, I'm actually just, you know, ignoring the bump altogether, and I somehow managed to not crash a single time. Considering that it's the final lap, I probably should try being more careful, because if I were to crash here, that would be terrible. Like, that would be like if someone just stabbed me in the chest Like doing this long ass race and failing right at the end. So yeah, use the brakes a little bit here. There you go. Okay, no bump at all to worry about there. And you should nail this hairpin and we win. There you go. Okay. Unfortunately, one more race to go, but at least this one is over without any complications, so that's nice.
We won! Good job, man! Nice drive!
Alright, so what's the final track? At least it seems that these tracks outside of Legends are not used that much. Oh, it's gonna be Monza and the old variant of Monza. Like...
This will be Monza as nature intended. Fast, dangerous, and free of chicanes. Watch yourself on turns 2 and 3. Nailing Lesmo is the key to a perfect lap.
Well, I'm glad, but why is this 3 laps?
Green, that's a green light. Push,
I mean, you say yourself, like, this Monza without chicanes is an extremely fast lap. So why do you make this one with 3 but the previous one with 4? Where is the logic there? Hey, I'm glad. Like, don't take it the wrong way. I'm actually glad that this is only 3 laps. But I'm even more glad that it's Monza. Because Monza is extremely underused in this game for whatever reason. Like, you have the rights to use it, like a very, very popular track, and you use it so little. So the fact that you're actually using it now, I'm very glad. I'm actually quite glad. Well, and not to mention that in this case it's even more special because it's the old version. I think it's saying 1950 something, right? So like a very old version of Monza. I guess back then they didn't, like they did not invent chicanes. I mean, I'm joking, but it might not be that far from the truth, I guess, right? But I couldn't get that corner properly. Not sure how I was supposed to do it though, but it's fine. I mean, I used the brakes way too harshly. Is this gonna be enough for a baseline bonus? Probably not. No, it won't. Well, not to mention that I also did not get a single corner. That, by the way, was considered a clean lap, even though I'm pretty sure I took out multiple cones. It's just that in racing games, usually the cones are worthless. Like, cones are there as decoration, but if it was real life, unless it was by accident, if you knock a cone, you're gonna get penalized, because the cone is part of the track limit. Like, it's basically as if you were crashing against a wall, except without consequences. So there has to be a penalty. I guess it also depends on the race category and the track, but usually knocking down a cone is enough to get penalized. Okay, so how the fuck do you do this corner properly? I guess you start braking. It's just that the AI seems that it does it faster than I do. So not sure exactly how they use the brakes there, but they do them better than I do. Now, will this be enough for the baseline bonus? It seems like it should. No, and oh, I kinda got cocked at the end, but it still was enough, thankfully. Well, final lap of the final race of the tournament. Unfortunately, not of the final tournament. It's fine, don't worry about it. It's very messed up that both the muscle and the legends posters, posters, in this case it's more like category. Well, in case of legends it's also a poster, but the point is that both muscle and legends are like basically the longest categories with the exception of drift. I think drift is the only one that is longer with 10, which is quite a lot, yes, but at least drift in this game, compared to a lot of the previous Need for Speed games, it's actually easy. So despite the fact that I also don't like the scoring mechanic and I think that it's extremely random and not very well done, at least it's easy enough that it's not a problem. So I'm willing to let it pass. But yeah, these things are just, you know, are regular races, but just with very, very annoying cars, both muscle and legends. Okay. So, with that, we are done for the day. Thankfully, at least I managed to finish this, you know.
Excellent stuff. That was a great win.
Okay. I mean, aside from the first lap in that fast corner that I kind of fucked up, the rest was very easy. Also, they call it Laurel, by the way. When you win one of these, which is pretty appropriate for the time as well, using laurels as a representation of victory. So what's left aside from Dr. Pepper is the time attacks that are probably gonna be the hardest, 2 of the muscle events, the last one I'm not sure how hard it's gonna be, the 2 endurances, quite a lot of works, and well, yeah, shitty one. This one it's barely gonna matter, it's gonna be very short, but yeah, shitty one and legend. So my intuition tells me that it will take 2 more streams to beat to fully complete the game. It could be 3, mostly because of the endurances that make me think that it will take more, but it's either 2 or 3, it's not gonna be more. But I'll tell you what, it also is not gonna be less. So in any case, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more of this. So have a good one and take care.